Okay, hi students. So this is a new chapter. Okay, so the new playlist for chapter 1, quadratic functions and equation with one variable. Okay, so in this chapter we'll see a few things. Okay, we'll see what is the difference between a quadratic function. Okay, what is the difference between quadratic function, quadratic equation, I use short form, and quadratic expression. Okay, what is the difference between these three things? Okay, function, equation, and expression. What is the difference? And then we will also see, the general form. Okay, the general form of quadratic function. Okay, of the quadratic function or the equation and the equation. They are both the same thing. The general form are the same no matter what type of it, but the general form is the same. Okay, and also we will see how to read the roots and the y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept of a quadratic equation. I use short form. Alright, and then we will learn how to sketch the graph of a quadratic function. After sketching graph, we will learn how to find the axis of symmetry and the maximum or minimum point of this graph. Okay, Alright, so in this video we will focus on this one first. What are the quadratic function, equation, and expression? We will learn what is this thing, three things first. Okay, a quadratic function, okay, as long as you heard the word quadratic, your equation or your function or expression, no matter which type, the highest degree of the variable is, okay, 2 only. Okay, so quadratic equation, quadratic expression. We start with quadratic expression first. Quadratic expression, what is this? Okay, quadratic expression is, for example, x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, this is expression. And then quadratic function, quadratic equation is x squared plus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, and an example of quadratic function is fx equals x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, try to observe these three things. What are the difference? Quadratic expression, you only have the equation, you only have the expression, you don't have equal something, okay, it's just like this. But quadratic equation, the word tells you equation, equal, you must have the equal sign in the quadratic equation, and it equals to a number here, for example 0. Okay, it also can equals to 1, equals to 2, or even 3, and anything, as long as it's equal to a number. Quadratic equation. Okay, quadratic function. What is quadratic function? Function here means that you have a fx here. Okay, it not necessarily become fx, it also can be gx, hx, mx, nx. Okay, anything, as long as you have a function here, it then equals to a quadratic expression. A function here, this is a quadratic function. You have a function, start with fx here, like this. Okay, So as I say, anything mentioned with quadratic, okay, your highest degree is 2. So if you observe quadratic expression, quadratic equation, quadratic function here, all the similarities here is that the highest power is x squared only. Okay, you don't have x cubed or x power 4, x power 5. No, you only have x squared, x squared, x squared. The highest is x squared, and then follows by x, and then followed by no x at all. Okay, so we follow by no x at all. So this is the difference between expression, equation, and function. Okay, then look at this one. Highest degree is 2. Then, so if I ask you, is 6x minus x squared a quadratic function? A quadratic expression? Yes, this is a quadratic expression because highest power is x squared only. Okay, how about 6x squared minus 2 over x minus x? Okay, this is not a quadratic equation because when you want to eliminate this x, you will multiply the whole thing with x. So you get 6x cubed minus 2 minus x squared. So if you see, this is the x cubed. So the highest power here is 3. So it's 3, so this is not a quadratic equation. Alright, so you must remember quadratic equation or quadratic expression, quadratic function, all this, okay, you must have highest power is 2 only. Alright, so this is the video here, okay, for the difference between these three things. Okay, the next video we'll discuss about what is the general form and how do we see the general form. Alright.